Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bonus custom LEGO Doctor Who set. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my other custom LEGO Doctor Who videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright, let's jump right into it. The final set in this wave is the Day of the Doctor Minifigure Accessory Pack. This set is of course based on the 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor. In 2013, the 11th Doctor is summoned by UNIT to London's National Gallery. Coming face to face with an impossible painting, he's soon transported back to 1562 and meets two of his earlier selves, the 10th Doctor and the incarnation he's tried to forget. The one who ended the last great Time War by destroying both the Daleks and Time Lords alike. Only, from his point of view, this man hasn't destroyed Gallifrey yet, and he's travelled through time to see what his future would be if he chooses to go through with it. Oh yeah, and if that wasn't enough, they're caught up in the middle of a Zygon plot to take over the Earth. The Day of the Doctor is an epic feature-length adventure celebrating the show's entire 50-year history, so there was no way I was going to miss this one out. The first minifigure in this set is the 11th Doctor. This is the 5th minifigure I've designed based on Matt Smith's Doctor, and this is the one that I deliberately held off tackling for a while, as it is the closest to an existing official LEGO minifigure. The 2015 LEGO Ideas Doctor Who set was based around the Christmas special, The Time of the Doctor, and it came with both 11 in his original tweed jacket and the freshly regenerated 12 in the 11th Doctor's final costume, minus the bow tie of course. My minifigure does take inspiration from the original. I've always wanted my minifigures to look at home alongside the official ones. But when designing my own interpretation, I tried to imagine what the figure might look like if LEGO chose to remake it almost 10 years later. I've added in the 11th Doctor's iconic bow tie, brought in more detail for the texture on the top lapels of his purple frock coat, and the design on his legs now continues round onto the sides and even includes printing for his brown boots as well. He's got a double-sided head with two expressions. The first has him looking very stern or displeased, while the second has him with this much happier open-mouthed smile. I also chose to give him the round eyeglasses he picked up from Amy Pond in The Angels Take Manhattan, as he wears them a fair bit in this episode. And it lets you play out the scene where both the 11th and 10th Doctor notice each other wearing their brainy specs for the first time. Which naturally brings us to the second minifigure in this pack, the 10th Doctor. 10 is personally my favourite version of the Doctor, so it seems fitting that as it stands, he's the incarnation of the character I have designed the most minifigs of. For this encore, I've riffed on 3 previous versions I created. Like the very first 10th Doctor minifig from my first custom LEGO Doctor Who minifigures series, he uses the zombie businessman hairpiece. He also reuses the same double-sided headpiece from my school reunion set. I chose to bring this design back because I thought the choice of 2 face prints worked well for this episode. He's wearing his trademark brown pinstripe suit. Previously, I'd only done this outfit with either the coat over the top or all torn up as seen in the climax of The End of Time. So it felt like I was completing the set with finally drawing this one without the battle damage. For accessories, he obviously comes with the custom sonic screwdriver piece, but he also comes with a little rabbit figure, so you can reenact the scene where he gives his scary oncoming storm speech to what he believes is a Zygon in disguise, before awkwardly realising it's just a harmless bunny rabbit trying to mind its own business. The third minifig is the War Doctor, as played by the late, great John Hurt. Introduced in the final moments of the previous episode, The Name of the Doctor, the War Doctor was a never-before-seen past incarnation of the Doctor existing between the Doctor's 8th and 9th regenerations. We never got a physical minifigure of the War Doctor, but he did pop up as a playable character in LEGO Dimensions. and I took inspiration from his look in the video game, but again put in my own spin on things. The War Doctor's costume has this great seasoned gunslinger feel to it, and you can see he even has a bandolier hanging across his left shoulder. I always thought it was funny that he reprimands his future selves for brandishing their screwdrivers like water pistols, yet throughout the episode he often carries his own Sonic in a piece of clothing designed to carry ammunition. Yeah. Anyway, continuing that old western motif, his legs are clad in these leather gaiters, with the printing for them continuing round on the sides of the legs as well. He also comes with a brand new custom piece I designed for the War Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver, and 2 face prints. The first has this neutral but stoic expression, while the second has him raising one eyebrow in a very unimpressed look. As this is a extra special set celebrating the show's 50th anniversary, we have a 4th and final minifigure, the Curator. As if a blink and you miss it cameo from Attack Eyebrows before 11 had even regenerated wasn't enough, the 50th had one last surprise up its sleeve: the return of the legendary Tom Baker. Tom Baker played the 4th Doctor for a whopping 7 years, from 1974 to 1981. He is frequently voted the fan favourite incarnation of the Doctor, and after famously deciding not to appear in the show's 20th anniversary special, The 5 Doctors, it was fantastic to see him back in the series for its 50th celebration as this possible future incarnation of the Doctor. He's wearing a olive green blazer over a Tattersall pattern shirt, with a dark green ascot underneath. The design for his blazer continues down to his hips, and I've also given him printing on his dark red legs for his brown slip-on shoes. And he uses the Harry Potter one piece in dark brown for a walking cane. Of course, he comes with 2 face prints. One is a older take on the classic Tom Baker toothy grin I first drew for my 4th Doctor minifig, while the second is inspired by the face he pulls when he tells the 11th Doctor he has a lot to do. As with other LEGO packs like this, the primary focus here are the minifigures. But of course, with 55 pieces, you do get an assortment of accessories and some neat little mini builds. The first build is the Moment. This forbidden weapon of mass destruction first appears as a ornate cube covered in Time Lord markings, but after the War Doctor complains about the lack of a big red button, the sentient interface materializes this version of the device for him. It's this version that appears in the scene where he is unexpectedly joined by the 10th and 11th Doctors, who together come up with a plan to rewrite history and save their homeworld from obliteration. The second mini build is more set dressing than actual accessory. It's the long white bench the 3 Doctors sit and stand around drinking tea as they look at the Time Lord painting and ponder whether their plan to save Gallifrey was successful. It's the setting for the closing moments of the episode, where the trio say their final goodbyes to each other, and also where 11 then meets the Curator, who tells him that Gallifrey was saved and is out there somewhere waiting to be found. So whilst this is a bit of a simplistic build, it felt important to include it here. And of course, you couldn't have a set based on this episode without including the mysterious painting itself, Gallifrey Falls No More. I've drawn the Fall of Arcadia here in a style I think fits the LEGO aesthetic, with the design spanning across 2 large 4x4 tiles. I reckon it looks pretty cool. So there you have my custom LEGO Doctor Who The Day of the Doctor minifigure accessory set. I imagine this set will be priced around $13.49, with 55 pieces including 4 minifigures, 2 mini builds and 2 large printed tiles. I was tempted to make an even bigger set for this special, mainly so I could include more minifigures, like Unit Scientist Osgood, or maybe even some more of my Zygons from my Doctor Who minifigures series 2. But I really wanted to stay true to the format I established with the Russell T Davies era. This will be my last custom Doctor Who video for a while, Originally, I had planned to knock all these out during the show's 60th anniversary year, but we've run over just a little bit. I think it's time for me to explore some of the other ideas I have for new content, but don't worry, I will return to Doctor Who in the future. And if you like this custom set, I have some exciting news for you, because as of right now, I am launching pre-orders for a bundle of custom minifigures inspired by 3 of the designs seen in this video. The 11th Doctor, Warrior Doctor, and the Great Curator. And if you pre-order now, you'll also get the 4 of Arcadia painting across 2 printed tiles. I might sell the minifigures individually in the future, but no promises. And if I do, they definitely won't come with the special printed tiles, which are an exclusive for pre-orders. So don't delay, pre-order from my store now. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you've done all that, well, you might as well give the video a cheeky thumbs up too. I'll see you next time. Laters.